Well, the name Green was gotten from the slavery time. It was taken, that name was taken from their slave master. Now, as I understand it, they came from one of the Carolinas, and migrated to Ohio. Then from Ohio, they migrated up into Canada through the underground tunnel. Railroad, underground railroad. And they settled in Amherstburg, Canada. My grandmother, her last name was McCurdy. She's Irish. She was Irish and French.
And they met her in Canada?
She was in Canada.
Okay.
That's where my grandfather met her in Canada.
Okay.
And then during the time that they were in Canada, and from the information I have now, there is a town in Canada that was named after my ancestors.
The McCurd?
I don't remember. I have the article at home. I don't remember what the name of it was. But they settled, and there's a big group of them still in Canada. They also have, in the city, they also have a section of the museum there that has a lot of their history in it.
Really?
They also have a big bank.
Why don't we live in Canada?
I used to go there.
And now that's all. I don't know too much about the history of my grandfather and his relatives migrating from Ohio up into Canada by the Underground Railway. But I can say, as a child, we used to always go down in Ohio to the family reunion, which we as grandchildren called it the B-Union. The big B-Union.
Remember what town that was in?
It was in Lima, Ohio. That's about, I think it's in about the middle section of Ohio. And we would go down there for this big reunion. And as a rule, there was about 2 or 3 car loads of us. And as a child, we could hardly sleep. But we were anxious to get in these old cars. Of course, they weren't old then, but they were then. And my grandfather, he loved cars. And he loved speed. And of course, all of us grandchildren wanted to get in Granddad's car because we could know we could just get just a little bit of shove and he'd fly, which he did. And he would stay ahead of us.
Oh yeah, what was flying in those days? What was like 50?
I really don't know, but to us, he was flying. But after we got
could you go
down,
past the train faster than the train on the
oh
side of the road?
But after we got down in Lima, there was an old slave lady, which was a member of the family. There was the Greens and the Underwoods.
Underwoods.
The Greens and Underwoods. And they were all mixed up there together.
Okay, the Underwoods.
Now, I don't know on which side the Underwoods came from. All I know is the Green and Underwoods. And I don't remember what this old lady's name was, but I can remember her getting all of the children around and telling us slave stories. And during one of the slave stories that she was telling us, she would tell us about how they would be whipped and everything. And she would sit on the stoop of the porch in her rocking chair and tell these stories, and all of us would be sitting around. And she had a pipe. She used to smoke a pipe. And then one time she showed us some of the wounds, some of the scars of where that she had been being whipped in slavery.
About what year was this?
I really don't know what year that was, because I don't think I was more than maybe 6 or 7 years old, so I really don't know. But I know it was and I did, at that time, I did not realize the significance of her story.
Right.
Because, see, I hadn't had any history, I didn't know any history. So I didn't understand the significance of her story.
About how old was she?
I don't know, I mean, she must have been 70 to 80 years old. I really don't know.
Where were you born?
I was born in Lansing, Michigan.
Lansing, Michigan? In a
Lansing,
hospital?
Michigan. No, I don't know. I don't know whether I was born in the hospital or at the home. But that's where I was born, Lansing, Michigan.